What's on YouTube? It's PTT coming at you with another Division video. And today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at the Striker's gear. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Striker's gear can be got from Incursions, it can be got from Challenge Mode, and it can be got from Dark Zone bosses and supply drops. It's pretty good gear, you get some cool talents, and we are going to jump in, take a look at my gear, my talents, and pretty much demonstrate it and talk to you about the whole god roll thing on this gear. So starting off with then, if I swap out to my gloves, you can see I have 5 pieces of Striker's gear here. I am missing the holster. It would be nice to have a full set. I'm sure I will get there eventually. Now, my Striker's chest is on health, which actually is a very, very good roll to have for Striker's kit. Now, I will talk a little bit more about that later. You can see my main attributes are Armour, Protection from Elites, Increased Kill XP, and First Aid Self-Heal. Now, I think what I'll do here, guys, is go through each bit of gear with you and then talk about what I believe would be the kind of perfect rolls for each bit of kit. So as I said, First Aid I think is a very good thing, but that is due to the Striker's talents, which I shall talk about closer to the end. When it comes to major attributes and minor attributes for these, then I think, in my opinion, the best thing to be looking for is damage to elites, protection from elites, armor, and or a mod slot. Now, obviously, this comes down to how you like to play. Armour obviously negates weapon damage. A mod slot lets you add things like firearms and electronics onto it, or stamina ones if you so wish. Obviously, the protection and damage from elites are pretty self-explanatory, so it kind of does depend on what you want to roll for, guys. I quite like my chest. It has armour and protection from elites. When it comes to the minor attributes, though, I wish I didn't have increased kill XP. I would much prefer ammo capacity. Running an SMG, a run and gunner kind of player, I do miss the fact I used to carry with my high ends like 1300 rounds. That's now dropped to like 850, so I definitely think chest piece should be rocking for ammo capacity. Now, when it comes to the skill attributes, that kind of depends on what you like to run. For me, First Aid Self-Heal, very good because I do have low health. But I would also run Pulse because that is what I run in our team. I am the guy with Pulse, so anything with Pulse, Pulse damage, Pulse range, Pulse crit shot damage, anything at all that has Pulse in it is very good for my character. Now, let's move on to the mask, because I don't have a bad mask either. Now, the minor attributes on this thing is burn resistance and Seeker Mine Explosion Radius. I don't really use Seeker Mine Explosion Radius, but I have already re-rolled this for the 2 mod slots, so I kind of had to give something up, and getting 2 mod slots over changing the Seeker Mine was better for my character. But when it comes to a mask, I think you should be looking to be rolling 1 crit hit chance, then either a gear mod slot, or maybe health on kill. Now, health on kill is actually a pretty useful attribute. I have used it on high-end gear before and found it very, very effective, especially with my low health and low skill power. Because I can't use my self-heal that often, the health on kill is very, very useful. Now, I'm going to move on to knee pads, guys. I don't have too bad a roll on this, but it could be tweaked to be a lot better. Obviously, as you can see, it dropped for me on firearms, and I've added a stamina mod onto it. I have armour, very good major attribute. The minor attributes, though, kind of suck a little bit. Burn resistance, shock resistance. Scavenging isn't too bad, but I am currently sitting at like 211% scavenging, so I really don't need it on, to be fair. Skill attributes, obviously I've got a mod slot and smart cover. Now, I don't run smart cover, but again, I re-rolled this to get a mod slot because most of my Striker's gear dropped without a mod slot, so that's what my re-roll was used for. What would be the god roll, in my opinion, then, for Striker's knee pads? Well, armour is obviously one of them, mitigating weapon damage. Crit hit damage would also be a very good one. Protection from elites and damage to elites. Obviously, you guys know I love having this on my armour. It just helps you rinse through challenge mode and obviously incursions challenge mode a lot quicker. As for the minor attributes, I obviously think scavenging and kill XP would actually be quite good, especially going into the dark zone. Having that on at least one bit of armor really does make a difference, especially if you get it around the 20-30% mark. It's very good. I'm using it in the dark zone to level up quite quickly at the moment, and it really does help, guys. Moving on then to the backpack. As you can see, this dropped for me on firearms. I have a stamina mod attached to it. Again, I had to re-roll for my mod slot. Major attributes on this then are signature ability resource gain, ammo capacity, and I have a first aid self-heal and support station health. Now for me, I think the old backpack signature ability resource gain is actually very good, although it is only 12%. That combined with other weapon talents and things like that, you can get your signature skill back very, very quickly. Again, armor coming around, you know, mitigating damage. If you can get yours up to 65%, which is the cap for armor, you notice it, guys. You really, really do notice it. Crit hit damage, also a very, very good one to roll for. And when it comes to minor attributes, again, ammo capacity, very good. If you get 2 lots of 45% ammo capacity, it will put you up with an SMG to about 1,300 rounds. That is what I'm used to. I kind of hate being below that. But hey-ho, you can't have it all your own way. Gloves then. My gloves dropped on firearms. Now, I actually have the perfect roll for me, guys. The only thing I would change is damage to elites. But I have SMG damage, crit hit damage, and damage to elites. With pulse, crit hit damage. Very, very good roll because I run pulse, I run an SMG. I love my damage to elites, and the crit hit damage of mine is very good anyway. But it could be tweaked. Okay, so I would roll on a set of gloves for the kind of god roll. Crit hit chance and crit hit damage. Add on to that the weapon damage of your choice. If you run a marksman rifle, an LMG, whatever it is you run, that's the kind of weapon damage you want to roll for. I've always carried a couple of set of high-end gloves. I was lucky enough to get crit hit chance and crit hit damage with a set of gloves that had marksman damage. I had one set that did SMG damage and one set that did assault rifle damage. So again, if you can get more than one piece of kit and roll them to every weapon you like to use, then very good, because you can just swap them out. And finally, guys, moving on to a holster, which I don't have. You can see this is my Nomad one. But for a holster, I would run a gear mod slot and or armor. So that was a quick look at the striker's gear then. Let's jump in, because I completely forgot about it. Talents, guys. The talents on striker's gear then. A set bonus, so carrying 2 pieces and wearing 2 pieces of striker's gear will give you a 20% enemy armor damage increase. Carrying 3 sets will give you 50% critical hit damage. And if you have all 4 sets, then you will get the talent Shooter. Every consecutive hit deals 1% more damage, stacks up to 100%. Missing shots drops bonus by 2%. Bonus is reduced by 1% every second. Now, to demonstrate this, guys, I will show you. Look, my DPS is currently sitting at 100. Ooh, that's not right. That's not right. Let me swap my gloves around, guys, to show you this properly. My DPS is sitting at 200,694. Now, I'm going to fire at the target here. And if you look underneath my grenade bar, you will see that that talent bar is slowly building up. Now, when it is at full, I am doing 399,380 damage, as you can see there, guys. Now, obviously, that 1% drop slowly will decrease it. It gives me a difference of 198,686. That is an insane increase in your DPS, which is why I believe that actually running a bit more health on a striker character is very good. Striker characters are going to be pushing, you know, they're going to be running SMGs, shotties, things like that, and you are going to be a very pushing, aggressive character. So having your health a little bit higher, I think, is very good, because the shooter talent increases your DPS. You don't need to have it that high to start with. I'm definitely going to re-roll, try and drop. I reckon I'm going to drop, let's have a look. My firearms, my DPS is probably going to aim to be about 150k. I'd like to have health around 100k and about 25k skill power, because then I can use my pulse and my self-heal every 28 seconds, I think it was, when I had my high-end gear and I had high enough electronics. That's the aim again, to get back to that point. Now, if I go back to having a full talent bar, guys. You know, in the process of giving you all the information I can give you. Oh, out of ammo. Right, let's use this then to finish getting that bar up. Get it back up to the 399,380 that it was at before. Come on, come on, come on. Get me up there. Nearly there. Okay, so we're up there, guys. You can see it dropping down slowly. It actually takes, if you don't fire a shot, 1 minute 37 seconds from full to empty, no shots fired. However, let me restock for this, guys. With a full talent bar, as I will obviously demonstrate to you now, you can lose it very, very quickly. So my talent bar is now full. Let me put a fresh clip on. You will see, guys, with a 50 round magazine, by the time I get halfway through my mag, my talent is gone. That is how quickly you can lose shooter. So you need to try and be very accurate with this weapon, with this talent. That being said, it also works quite nicely with the marksman rifle, which is what I run personally. So what works well with the striker's gear? Well, my buddy, as you know, Azza Dusk TT runs the Sentry's gear. And that is very, very good. Me and him were running challenge mode last night, and we were absolutely wrecking through AI. With him getting the headshot damage and me having increased DPS at nearly 400,000, we ran challenge mode in about 8.5 minutes with 2 of us. It is insane how well the striker's gear and the Sentry's gear work together. So if you're going to be rocking, guys, more than one, like if you're just a 2-man team and you want that perfect setup, then that is my recommendation to you. Sentry's gear, striker's gear over the 2 players is very good. That is what I'm going to be aiming for as well. I'm going to be trying to rock my perfect setup of 4 striker's gear and 2 Sentry's gear. Obviously, Sentry's gear is going to be another video I bring to you, having a look and seeing how good it is, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm hoping I've pretty much covered everything for you in this video, guys, but if you do still have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know any other comments you have in the section down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, then make sure to do so, because there are plenty of Division videos coming your way. And for now, agents, thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, I will catch you all soon.